April 2nd, 2025. I'm a little upset. The neighbor that announced on Sunday outside that his religious group was part of everything since the beginning. Okay. And they are to make sure that I have nothing. Okay. He even confessed that that church is sending out emails to people, to other religions and other people, to ask people to harm me. Okay. To harass me and to make sure I have nothing. And he's part of that group. That's extortion. Racketeering, you know that, right? Why the hell is he in jail? Hmm? Why the hell? Okay. I went to my neighbor that he was lying to on Sunday. And I said, I'll let you know that no doctor of mine has ever asked me if I was some kind of weird or whatever. No questions. She just looked at me. I said, I want you to know it's uncool. No doctor can tape you unaware. It's illegal. It's HIPAA and then privacy laws. It's illegal. They're not allowed to disclose anything that you say to them. It's illegal. Hmm? All right. And I said, you do know the law is police and agencies can only be under in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order without a conflict of interest. She looked at me and said, I didn't think about it. Her eyes got very big. I looked at her, I said, do you remember when they used to break, they drugged me and told me to say weird and molester stuff? She's like, yeah. She just looked at me. Other neighbors were complaining the police need to arrest that guy over there. They said it was some drug dealer doing it to her before. I know. Part of it. He told that neighbor on Sunday his religious group was part of it. And that where she said that she seen some guy she's seen before. Oh, 2018. Way down in Carrollton. Huh? Okay. It was one of our religious group. Or to make sure she gets nothing. They had a doctor tape her before saying where to blah, 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 blah. They already debunked it years ago. Confessed they drugged me and told me to say it. Years ago, repeatedly. Repeatedly. Okay? And when that agent, he was there, asked her if she knew anything about that doctor, she said she didn't know anything about him. He's not one of my doctors. He's one of them. I still don't know who he is. Okay? He said with that doctor had a recording in her own voice of confessing da 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 da. And when she denied even knowing him, still don't know who it is. He knew she was lying. He turned her back over to us and told us we didn't care what they did to her. That's illegal. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold protection from any U.S. citizen. You can't even withhold protection inside a jail. That's how illegal it is. Okay? Realizing that guy may be one of my rapists. See, like where Michelle's boyfriend ex-boyfriend now. Um, I stayed awake over, I was at work, and you can hear people outside, people driving by saying stuff real loud. Okay. I know my phone is bugged, and I know they hacked it. So I started with how I was sick, how I got well. The medication error almost killed me. Strange taking Danny, pushing him to suicide. Hmm. Them nailing my mom's tires. Uh, Strange making up that lie when he thought I was following him and Katie. Okay. And then the September 18th, 24, that investigator went over and talked to him that agent needs to get his facts straight. It was a medication error made her sick before. And that he had went over and talked to him, and that Strange ordered me to be killed in '03 because he thought I was following him and Katie, and nobody was to uh, do or say a thing until Dave said he wanted a divorce, and it took him 15 years, and they were to try to kill me, and if I lived to have me destroyed, and they planned it for 15 years. Okay, then I went from the money disappearing from the safe, the 4 attempts on my life, to leading up to calling the FBI and what happened afterwards. Okay, then I hear a guy outside. He said, I told Michelle I never want to talk to her again. Yes, I'm good with it. I found out she was part of where they had her bashed in the back of the head. They were trying to kill her that day, or leave her brain damaged and mentally incompetent. And I told her I never want to speak to her again. That doctor they have, it's not one of hers. Hmm? He works for them. Said all kinds of stuff outside. Okay. All right. There was somebody outside about 2 nights ago. Somebody said, well, it was supposed to be a doctor from before taped her. He said, it's not a doctor from before. It's not even one of her doctors. Hmm? He works for them. She needs to realize what's going on. Do you? Now, think of the scenario. No doctor is allowed to tape you unaware. It's illegal. They go to jail for that. No doctor asks you if you do crimes. Do you realize if some crappy doctor would ever said, are you a weirdo, whatever, I would have said, what a freak. I'm out of here. Seriously, what would you do? Who the hell do you think you are? You're a sicko. And walked out. Seriously. Doctors don't ask you if you do crimes. That's illegal. They're there for medical and medical only. So how would they have me confessing to anything? Hmm? They talked about a doctor working with the drug cartel. He was feeding them amnesia drugs. Officer Mark and John would know about him. Hmm? Anybody who works the case, they talked about him. In Massillon, they said they were relocating people to Florida for a doctor to run experiments. And then in 18 and 19, they said somebody was running a social experiment. That if they killed somebody in front of everyone, if people would help participate. Some psychopath is playing everybody. Now, I want you to think, can my ex-husband hire a shyster attorney up there to have his drug friends kick in my door to the wall while I'm out? No, they can't break and enter. Are they allowed to set up body cameras stalking me? No. Go to jail, felony invasion of privacy. Are they allowed to tape my grandkids going potty and sell it on porn sites? Oh, even Michelle's ex-boyfriend on the 30th. We all know that guy taped those kids going potty and sold them on porn sites. He's a child molester. So was that guy that was in my old apartment. Hmm? He's part of this, then he is. That means he's part of being a rapist. Hmm? They have some shitty doctor up there working with that shyster or so-called attorney. Hmm? Breaking in people's homes, selling kiddie porn, taping women showering, photoshopping your shower scene and washing yourself in his own perverted tapes. Having some crappy doctor give people amnesia drugs, date rape drugs. Have them break in and stab women with date rape drugs or laser drinks. They don't even know they're there. Room go dizzy and black. Wake up later, hours later, throwing up, dizzy, almost passing out. Do you know how illegal that is? Have bruises all over you and personal infection, your personal area so swollen it's pushed open and out. And you basically scream when you go to the bathroom. Try not to. Are doctors allowed to do that? Hell no. Better choose your words carefully for what they did to me. Huh? Lied they have sodium pentothal reports? And it's supposed to be some cracked up attorney playing with people with his doctor friend, drugging them up and raping women in their homes, drugging them for fake confessions. I never talked to a doctor about any kind of crime. Doctors don't ask you if you do crimes. That's illegal. They're there only for medical. And then think of the scenario. They're supposed to have a doctor from before having her taped on. And just decided to go for it. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Now, I've never been charged with anything. I've never been prosecuted. Do you think some police officer would ever say, some doctor, well, how on earth would they do that? Like my husband, because I got married, Carl, his friend Leah. It don't make any sense. It's all illegal. I said, I know, and if you hear the scam, make sure you nip it in town. That guy's trying to start a hate crime. He's trying to start a hate crime, run around telling people what they did to me. In 18, where Daybreak, he was going to get a group of men together to hang me. And they talked about a lynch party and trying to get people to hang me in 18 and 19. By June of 19, July 19, I was out in Canal Fault. Some guy said I overheard him. They're trying to get a group of people to take her out and beat her to death. This is what all this hate crime is about. They're trying to do the Charles Manson, killing somebody by proxy. Realize what they're doing. Like that guy said, that church don't want to be associated. Well, he said they're sending out emails. They better get his emails. Anybody got an email from any of that church to ask you to harass me, harm me, threaten me, try to make sure I got it, didn't get anything? Turn it into the FBI and the sheriffs. Oh, yeah, that's a big federal crime. Domestic terrorism is a big federal crime. 20 years. Domestic terrorism is a group of people to further their own beliefs with religious or political backing with threats or harm to human life. Against the U.S. constitutional laws. Now, think of the scenario. Can some shyster attorney have his drug friends kicking your door to the wall, break and enter your home? No, that's illegal. Can he set up his own personal button cameras? No, the real law is if attorney tapes you unaware, they lose their license and go to jail and have to compensate you. The FBI needs to make him pay me my format money. Sell everything he got. Are shyster attorneys that are scamming people up there, taping women washing themselves in the shower and Photoshop that in the other room? Their guys already give us they did. That's why nobody knew about it. Hmm? Laughed at everybody for falling for it. Hmm? Are they allowed to have their shyster doctor friends break in and get some amnesia drugs from somebody, stab some poor lady in her sleep, have her beat and raped, and the poor thing don't know what happened to her? Are they allowed to lace a drink and tell them to go say or do something like they did my neighbor Mike? Huh? Where the drug cartel um, um, laced a drink when he was in the bar. He didn't know how he got home, didn't know how he got money in his pocket, didn't know what was in a box of mustard, didn't know how he changed his shoes. Huh? Then tried to tell me he was a New York cop and thought I was pretty. Found out during the second bar he started talking crazy. Told everybody he's an astronaut, nice to some, and swore to others and laughed, and apparently took himself out. And I always wondered, why did he change his shoes? They like taking naked pictures of people. He left everything behind but his clothes and fled. Why? Even his fishing poles and coolers. Threw everything in the dumpster beside it and left everything outside, underneath the carport. He only took his clothes and ran. What the hell? Even if you move in with someone, you take part of your stuff or put it in a storage unit. What the hell? And that's where I tell you that U.S. Marshals kid where she said she took a drink at Jersey's bar. Room went dizzy and black. Don't know what happened to her that whole night. She waited a while, went to another bar. Same thing happened. Ended up in the hospital. Don't know how she got out of the bar. They did something shitty to that girl. They probably have a drugs and told to say it. They probably stripped her naked and put her in some kind of porn. And they'll wait. They need to list her in an informant and put her in immunity so the cartel can never try anything with her. Because they're going to do something. And they need to make sure there's something over her that nobody can touch her. Because they will get her. They roofied my coworker Dar. She had a set of twins. One died. And she was grieving really bad. And her friends took her out for her friend's night out. Got a babysitter for the surviving twin. They gave her some space because she's sitting in there crying. Took a drink. She don't remember anything past it. Just like the Marshall's kid. Just like me. Just like Mike. Her friends told her she acted a little happy. Then went back to talking fine. Group of people they didn't know came up. She left with them. She was talking fine. She found herself in a puddle pee. Got herself home really sick like I was. 2 months later, she found out she was pregnant. She's arguing with the doctor. I've not had sex with anyone. She said it's not that I don't love my son, but I don't know what happened to me. Okay. So her friends keep an eye on her. Sleepwalking. There's over 20 prescription drugs and high doses will make you sleepwalk without the LSD and all the other ones. They bragged in Bay Family Church they called them mind controlling drugs that they could control anybody for 4 to 6 hours. They're sleepwalking. No memory, you're stoned out of your mind. I could have told Mike to say or do anything. He didn't remember even talking about a New York cop or anything. He giggled and giggled when I told him that. About this time last year, I was staying out in North Canton. Some guy was outside with an investigator. He said they're supposed to have me, these people are supposed to have me saying what? I've never talked to them. Is that what they did to her? He said, how do you think she feels? Now, no doctor of mine, and no doctor, I pretty well guarantee, I've never asked you of crimes. It's not their job. You go into the doctor, they ask you, what federal crime have you committed this week? Hmm? My dentist don't ask me questions like that either. Why? Because it's illegal. Right? Right. So it's illegal for them to tape you unaware, so there can't be a tape. It's illegal for them to ask your crimes. Hmm? So where would they get it? Hmm? It's not one of my doctors. Don't know who it is. He works for them. Like Michelle's ex-boyfriend that was dating her. He's telling everybody it's not one of her doctors. Now, is it funny that Ash was out there saying some doctor from before? There is no doctor from before. That taped me unaware, confessing to crimes. Because no doctor of mine ever asked me of crimes. I would have got up and left and looked at him and said, who do you think you are, you sicko? You understand? How would you like to never talk to anybody? Hmm? Don't see anybody in your home. Find out sexual predators are stalking you, watching you, selling you up porn sites, setting up a scam or showering, washing yourself in the shower, put in another room to set off a crime. Having their guys break in and lay strings when you're in the other room, drug you up and tell you say stuff, beat and rape you. You come out of it, you don't even know what happened to you. Got marks all over you, throwing up, dizzy, almost passing out, big, huge bruises. One. Wake up with injection marks, more. Had handprints in around my neck, on my arms that were bigger than mine. Bruises as big as orange, lemon, grapefruits. Personaria so swollen it's swollen up and pushed out. Going to the doctor, what on earth is wrong with me? With no memory. Then to find out sexual predators were playing with you, telling you to say weirdo stuff, this, that, flasher stuff. You hurt people. I don't hurt people, I don't flash them, and I'm not a weirdo. Nor did I ever talk to anyone, nor did any of my doctors ever question me of such evilness. That's foolishness. So now I have no charges. What did that cartel and that doctor that works for that shyster attorney drugging people up and running drug scams on them? Photoshopping, washing, and their stocking tapes that are not admissible. What did they actually think would happen? Do they think the law is stupid and don't know the law? Like the right to privacy? That there's no such thing as sodium pentothal reports? And it's illegal for a doctor to talk to about anybody? And it's illegal for a doctor to tape anybody without their knowledge and permission? And doctors don't ask people if they do crimes. How stupid is that? Like Leah said, it makes no sense what they're saying. It's all illegal. So what did they think they would do to actually address it with me? And I'd say, I don't know what you're talking about. I never talked to that person. These people they had sodium pentothal reports. I got 2 witnesses on my phone of being drugged and told to say weird and molester stuff. I actually have 3 that I can get. I can get another one. And the police already taped them saying they did stuff like that to me before. You arrested them, right? No police officer would ever back a drug scam, nor would they slander a victim that was being drugged by idiots and told to say stuff like that, and Photoshop washing and stocking tapes by perverts. You know why? There's police abuse attorneys, and I would own them. These people have impersonated the Portage County sheriffs. I went to them and confronted them, and it was none of their officers. They have impersonated the FBI. Do you realize where that guy said he's been here, where she's seen that guy and said she's seen him before? 2018. There's a good chance this religious group has impersonated the Portage County sheriffs and the FBI. You do realize that, along with the Florida drug cartel. You do realize that. This religious group, maybe one of them may be my rapist, where they tortured me. And the other ones where they human trafficked me. He may be one of my rapists. Where Lighthouse Tabernacle Hardy confessed they fooled FBI agent John with their stunning tapes for, oh, come on now, laughing at him. That was a big scam. June 7th, 23. 10:11 in the morning, sheriffs got their confession in Walmart 62. That he was part of defrauding that federal agent with that scam. He was part of it. Was outside lying to my neighbors. Like they said in Golden Corral, we listened to the tapes from the speaker from that day, from Sunday. And you heard that idiot confess to all this. And that church is sending out emails asking people to help harm her in different religions and other people so they're not connected. That's domestic terrorism. These are federal crimes. See, that agent, where the police said we always knew none of Kieran's doctors could go in and talk to Will. None of them could. No doctor keeps you unaware. It's illegal. No doctor asks you if you broke the law either. That's illegal. They're there for medical only. Get it? It's a big drug scam and a big frame where Officer Mark told the lady in August of 23, it's documented and verified she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel. That doctor and that attorney is messed up with the Florida drug cartel. They were breaking around in front of the police. He was giving them amnesia drugs to give people and to use on them. Police taped them. Officer Mark and John will verify. So is any police officer going to run around and say, some doctor taped your saying, when doctors aren't allowed to tape you? That's illegal. They're illegal. It's illegal for them to ask you crimes. So is some cop going to spread a hate crime? No. Why? Because there's police abuse attorneys. Never. Ever. And it's already documented that I'm framed by the drug cartel. Those people are cartel. I don't care what color lipstick you put on that pig, it's still a drug cartel. People drugging people up and telling them to say stuff. Photoshopping, washing, and stocking tapes and running a drug scam. That guy that broke up with Michelle, yeah, he's been telling everybody that is not one of her doctors from before. He works for them. He lied. She needs to realize what's going on. Well, see, that's where it comes down to no police would fall for that. Supposed to have taped me doing crimes and he just sat on it for years? Yeah, right. Think about that. I've never been prosecuted for anything. So is a cop going to go by some guy drugging people up and tell them to say stuff like that? You put him in jail, right? So he don't hurt somebody else. And I'd like to know where an investigator said, "Who is that Michelle? That everybody lets her get away with crimes. Who is that girl? I like to know. I've never talked to her. She lied to people that I threatened her. I've never even talked to her. I didn't even know she exists till January, February 19th. Showed up at Faith Family Church. Breaking, she could have anybody drug, beat, and raped. She dated Dave and Netta, and I didn't believe her because she looked too young. Didn't even ever lay my eyes on her till then. Figured it was another drug scam. And she could sleeping with all kinds of guys. Sleeping with the boys, that's what they call the drug cartel. Had the clothes on. I thought, so see, ain't my husband sleeping with a bunch of guys. Yeah, right. And that she could have anybody drug, beat, and raped. She told people she was a judge's daughter. And she was above the law. And she could do whatever crime she wanted. No man's above the law. Now, with any law enforcement, some crackpot doctor, I got her teeth from before. You're not allowed to take people. You're not allowed to disclose. You don't ask people of crimes. What on earth? Gee, and we got people admitting they drugged her and told her they were to molest her stuff. She says she's never heard of you. One of them, huh? Exactly. I've never met him. Don't know who he is. You know, when that agent said something about, I bet you're going to say you don't know, da da da. I never even heard of him. I thought where that lady used my insurance. I thought maybe it was one of hers. He's one of them he was the one that was supposed to be giving them the date rape amnesia drugs to drug me up and tell me to say stuff that the cartel was breaking. He was giving it to them. It's illegal. The whole thing, the whole scam, they didn't research the law. And that everything they did is so outrageous, so illegal, nobody would fall for it. I actually think they thought the FBI and the police were so stupid, that they could break in, stalk somebody, Photoshop a washing scene in the other room, break in and roofie some poor woman, tell her to say or do something, have her stoned out of her mind, have her beat and raped. She don't even remember the attack. You know, Dar and I have one similar memory. I only remember 3 things before the FBI that were weird, but I thought they were dreams. She remembers screaming at the top of her lungs and nothing attached. I have that same memory, but mine, it felt like my back was being ripped open down to my sternum, and every cell in my chest and body was screaming in agony, and I could hear myself screaming. And I remember a white man's arm, white dress shirt, and gray pinstripes, and a giant needle coming at me. And the room going dark. And I don't remember anything else. I remember the sound of marching and nothing else. I thought they were dreams. They were probably dark days. Somebody had said if I actually remembered everything they did to me, my mind would collapse. I have a hard enough time dealing with what they did to me after the case started. Some rapist running a drug scam on his victim. That's all it is a drug scam. No doctor of mine asked me of any weirdo questions. I would have told him off and walked out and called him a sicko. Even when I didn't swear, I would have told him off and told him how big of a pervert and a sicko they were. And what is wrong with you? I would have told him off big time. No doctor of yours or mine asks you any such ridiculous questions. Nor do they tape you unaware they go to jail. They thought they could just lie to all you people, drug me up and tell me to say stuff like they drugged up my daughter, the Marshall's kid. Huh? That guy out in Belden Village area. Huh? The cartel thinks it's funny playing with people. Leave me beaten, raped, and no memory. I thought the dirty well water was giving me cancer. I kept going to the doctor. What's wrong with me? Where did all these bruises come from? They're like, did you fall? No. Maybe you're coming anemic. Gave me iron pills. Also Lexus for the pain. Migraine headache, vomiting, and a severe swollen personal infection till I couldn't even hardly pee pills and creams. I would literally try not to scream when I peed. They were sexually abusing me. Never seen her talk to anybody. You want to talk about a scary movie? A scary movie? And then to find out some predator taped you showering and that's so asinine, put a shower scene and you washing yourself in the other room. Nobody knew about it. Huh? I had to go around asking Danny and John. They didn't know anything. Christmas Eve of 22. They knew the door was kicked in. They didn't know about bug cameras. They didn't know about the Photoshop or washing myself in the shower in the other room. Neither did the kids. I asked them if they knew where I had all those bruises, throwing up and almost passing out by the second week, including in front of a neighbor. Yes. Did you? And it kept happening. Yes. Did you know they were drugging and beating me and telling me to say weird and molester stuff? No. They weren't part of harming me. None of my family was. Do you know, during the case, my oldest son, John, on Thanksgiving of 18, when I heard his kid say something in the basement, I said, what on earth is going on? He's like, I don't know, Mom. He said, my ex-wife, or Melissa, his ex-wife, I told her you're going through a divorce, going to be moving out. She have the kids to make up something. But don't worry about it. No one could ever say anything bad about you. It'll just be made up. She'll have her church people make up something too. But don't worry about it. No one could ever say anything bad about you. It's just going to be made up because of the divorce and you're moving out. Go to Dave. I've never hurt anyone. He said, Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You would never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. I go to Josh. I've never done anything bad or wrong. Never said you did. Went to Danny and Jen on November 13th, 22. People were making up weirdo molester stuff on me. Danny's like, where on earth would they get that one from? Jen's like, boy, they would be lying. And I said, well, I call them the Pinocchio group. The liar, liar, pants on fire call. She said, well, their pants would burst into flame if they said something like that. As if. She's like, I got people lying on me at work and I hate it. Do you know how you stand up to lies? You tell the truth. You don't let bullies run around ruining you. They right. She won't have a job. She won't have nothing when we get done to her. What kind of Satan-possessed sicko, evil-possessed person would do that to another human being? Huh? It's not of God, and they're supposed to be so-called godly people. They're Satanistic people, hurting people and exploiting them, trying to make money off of profiting, of drugging somebody up and telling them to say something stupid and photoshopping, washing in a drug scam. Like Officer Mark said, it's documented and verified. She was framed before. There was a drug cartel in her home before. We've seen them. That shyster attorney Pete that Dave hired on his own, he can't go around stalking women in their home, selling kitty porn. Even Michelle's ex-boyfriend, they need to get him for the kitty porn. Huh? Oh, they need to get him for what he did to me, too. Huh? And that so-called doctor friend of his, breaking in and having people drugged up and beaten, raped, they're a bunch of rapists. Drugged up and told to say stuff. And the poor person don't even know what happened to him, nor does not know them. How would you like to know serial rapists are out there? They can't do this. The absurdity that they weren't arrested the first day. Like those ladies said in Golden Crown, Will's let that church get away with horrible crimes. He better do something about it. That or someone needs to arrest him. Aiding and abetting. I'd like my informant money. The police found me innocent of everything in 18. So did the FBI. We all know it did. Well, let's see. Those two agents that look like Joshy that I thought were cops that work in the Belden office had a huddle with the police in front of Walmart. Why are they having those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. Same ones, June 23rd to July 4th of 21, Walmart 62. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never heard anyone. Same ones, March 23rd, 23, Walmart 62. We told these people to stay out of it. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never heard anyone. No one's ever seen anything. But some lady thought she could make money off of it. So, let's see. It should be around January 25th, 2019. They knock on the door of my house while I'm crying in my room. The police always knew she's innocent and innocent before. They were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing his guy out from a team and said, if she's innocent, I'll pay a fine or bail. Said, no, the police always knew she's innocent and innocent before. They never want to arrest her. They knew someone else did something wrong before. They knew I was framed by the cartel. I don't care what kind of lipstick you put on that pig. It's still a human trafficker. I don't, before it used to be a Steve or Eric or it was a Pete. Now it's a doctor. It's none of my doctors. He's the one they were saying that they were relocating to Florida to run experiments, the one that was feeding him amnesia drugs, giving the cartel amnesia drugs to use on people. Oh, is he the ass that said he was running a social experiment that if they killed somebody in front of people, if other people would participate and be okay with it. Some psychopath, playing with people, thinking he's God, killing people in front of them. They're doing the Charles Manson killing people by proxy. They're playing everyone. Let's see. May 25th, 21, 6 p.m. Got 2 witnesses on my phone of the church people breaking in before, drugging me and telling me to say word on muster stuff. That's not funny. Amy even knew that. And 2 other neighbors. Other people in town, please take them. That heavyset Michelle and Lauren, big heavyset blonde girls, drive a blue car. Also rode with the big truck guys from Florida. Showed up on Farallon Street, sitting outside on a client's house, at a client's house. Goons from Ravenna at the end. Are you crazy? You can't enter a dark confession. Well, we just found out they drugged her and told her what to say before. I was 21. 8/9/21, the apartment building for me, second close offense. The lady and little girls we're talking about. 4 or 5 neighbors got together and did a police report. 1295 Farallon, a little white lady screamed at him, talked to several people in 21. November 1st or 3rd of 21, a lady, African-American lady in Save-A-Lot, found out they made everything up on me. December 9th, 21, Edith, Oakland apartment, Cleveland Avenue. 4 p.m. told them that all the tapes before were them and not her, and it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone will stop them. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Starr County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street. It was one of my guards. Came out, we always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. January 19th, 22, Department of Disability. They told them I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory. A Latino man admitted he drugged me first, where they send their hate crime out through cell phones. When in Save-A-Lot, people's phones are going off. Oh, and they start running. Oh my goodness, they admitted to drugging her and telling her to say it before. Clear down on 6th Street in Canton, people were, after that, were running out of their houses yelling. Postman's like we all are. Investigator from Ravenna drove a black Sebring. Came down, I seen her out today. I found out that bastard really did drug her and tell her to say it before. Eric, one of the drug dealers that were wanted for stalking me, November 21, took a client to Maslin Stack Care on Wales Road. Okay, Maslin officer in uniform came in. I'm here to watch her. There's a Steve and Eric stalking her, and we don't know who they are yet. And it's finally got funny after everything they did. Nothing's admissible. Okay. Eric made fun of everybody November 18th, 22. All the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say it for all these people to turn on. And they fell for it. Well, it was only you I could take care of it. I know it's that bad. They still fell for it. Just like Lighthouse Mickey, found an FBI agent John June 7th, 23. FBI agent John fell for the stunt a taste of her. Oh, come on now, that FBI agent fell for that. It was only a stunt. Sit and cackle and laugh at him. There's all videos of it. March 1st to 3rd of 21, they said they put 2 clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then they're so altered, March 13th, 21, the nurse at Mercy Medical, they told them that the only thing they had me on was simply brushing off water with clothes on. The guy said that 6 said no, she just simply adjusted herself and she just simply wiped off the water with clothes on. Then after that, they started making up a scenario that never happened, made my stomach bleed. I thought, well, they put my head on somebody else's body. And then I thought, for playing me, what would you be doing? And it sounds like you got undressed and got in the shower. Even Matt guessed, my friend, that it sounds like you were washing yourself. I said, I guess showering. It sounds like you're washing in the shower, showering, right? Walked outside, smoke. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon. They found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26th, 22 at noon. The shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird. February or March of 22 at November, my client's neighbor next door, they told her the first day I worked there that Pete ordered everything drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. She told the Canton FBI. And the other ones have been talking either to the police or the FBI. And they've been taping. My car is bugged, my phone is tapped, and I have an officer. Like they said, one of us have to document and verify everything every day. FBI informant, please watch me. Now, what officer would run around and saying some doctor in the drug cartel is drugging people up and telling them to say weirdo stuff? And then badmouth the victim? He drugged her and told her to say blah, 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 blah. And it was a drug cartel and a drug scam. They're going to make fun of the victim? No. They're going to say don't say a word. None of that's funny. Because why? There's police abuse attorneys. I have no charges. I've never been prosecuted. I think they thought the police were so stupid that they thought they could prosecute me with a drug confession by somebody I've never met. Hmm? And stocking tapes of photoshopping and washing when they act like there's no laws. And it breaks so many laws, it's not funny. It's racketeering. Racketeering is drugs, rape, threats, and attempted extortion. RICO. Hmm? Cyber stalking is setting up button cameras, listening devices. It's a felony. Invasion of privacy is 20 years. Hmm? You got kiddie porn, you got human traffic, drugs, kidnapping, hmm? Rape. Hmm? Wiretapping, making copies of my phone. Hmm? Oh, and they got selling government technology where you sold login. If you want to put your name on it, I double talk you. I dare you. Hmm? Where you dare the FBI, July 9th, 23, the FBI went and dare fix this. After what one of their agents did, why double dog dare you to put your name on it? Like they said, anybody ever tried anything with her, she would own them. Oh, in a heartbeat. And no officers where they run around, oh, the police are telling everybody some Dr. T. The police aren't doing that. They're impersonating the police. Because if I found out what police department was doing it, there's police abuse attorneys. Because where'd you get your information from? Some guy that's impersonating one of my doctors? One that was with a drug cartel, drugging me up and telling me to say stuff, and I've never met him. They look like damn fools. Mm-hmm. In March of 24, the officers that watched me was talking to a lady. She came in and said, I talked to the police that work her case, said it's ridiculous for anyone to assault her. She almost died to save children. They already knew their whole backup plan were stalking tapes, where they already knew they drugged her and told her to say it before. And they photoshopped that weird with yourself. It's washing yourself in the shower, and they always knew that. You never fooled the police. Yeah. Do you know how many times investigators have said that? You could always tell that weird with yourself was photoshopped of washing yourself in the shower. You could always tell. And then one guy said, you know what? It's not even funny. You could tell she was drugged when they said they drugged her and told her to say it before. I never seen her talk to anybody. No doctor of mine before ever asked me to do crimes. I mean, seriously. Let's get a little common sense. How stupid do they think you are? Yeah. And no doctor tapes you unaware. That's a federal crime. It's HIPAA. Privacy Act laws. Go to jail for that. See, they don't know the law. Just like there's no sodium pentothal reports. Nobody stalks anybody in your home like my friend from the prosecutor's office. It's a fraud scheme. They did the biggest mistake they did at your home. They did the biggest mistake of even trying any of this. Like they said in like 1920, those people knew better than to try any of this. They knew better. But yeah, last year they threatened, you won't be able to drive when we get done with you. You won't have a job. You'll have nothing. Because the whole thing of it is, where are you getting your information? Some doctor messed up in the drug cartel that feeds the cartel drugs. Somebody that Dave hired on his own to stalk me and Photoshop a washing scene and stalking tapes and drug confessions. That works with the Florida drug cartel. I like to know why the police haven't arrested them. I like to know why they haven't arrested my neighbors. Even other women were outside. The police better be arresting him over there. Yeah. Yeah. We heard it was some drug dealer having to do it to her. Yeah. How many times do I have to tell you that? How many times? As a victim, I want to know how many times. How many? Officer Mark, John, I need you. And I need you to start fixing some things. I need you to go to that Agent Will and you need to have a long talk with him and let him play that video of them mocking him. Oh, what the hell? I like my money to help my family. I earned it. We all know Agent John told on me. He's a big fat tattletale. He told like 1,000 people. We might as well have a rally in camp with a blowhorn. Hey everybody, did you know Karen called the FBI hotline? That church is trying to kill her. I'm gonna upload this.